Y'all, I'm here. I'm running behind. I'm so sorry. I'm Teresa Crane with Jeremiah Dreams. I am so sorry. I'm like a minute or two late hopping on here. I'm having some work done in my house, and the carpenter was kind of going over things with me. So that ran me just a couple of minutes late. Let me pull you guys up on my phone. Y'all, I am so excited about this. I am so excited. I have something I think that's really, really cute, really fun, really cool. But let me pull y'all up on my phone so I can be sure and see your comments because I've got my camera so far away that y'all, bifocals. Need I say more? Okay. Now then, hey Janice, how are you? How is everybody? I am so excited. Okay, so I really wanted to dress up for this because some of the other creatives, y'all, there goes Cricket behind me. Some of the other creatives have just looked so daggone cute with their braids and their denim and their overalls. Okay, so I am a country girl. I grew up on a farm, but I don't have the garb. And I was like, I don't know how I can pull this off. So y'all, I'm just wearing a t-shirt. But this is one of my t-shirts that I designed. And it's in my Etsy shop. So you guys will have to check it out. And before I go any further, I want to bring special attention. Oh, okay. So my mind's going a bajillion different directions all at the same time. So it's colliding now. And I apologize, y'all. I will calm down. I will calm down. Um, let's see. My shirt is in my Etsy shop. It is very, very comfortable, very true to size. It is a unisex, and the fit is great for me. So it's perfect. Um, let's see who else is here. So as you join, please say hello, talk to me, let me know. If you are seeing the red button at the top, we are live. If you're watching the replay, please say hashtag replay so that I can know that you were here. But I'm so excited about this little project we've got going on. Well, let's just jump right into it because we've got a certain amount of time to get this done, and I don't want to infringe on anyone else's time. So let me go ahead and share my screen, and let's see if I can get it to pull over. There we go. All right, so this is a little bit different angle, and oh, thank you. Oh, hey, Tracy. Hey, girl. So I guess I'm live on Craft Round the Clock now, and I wanted to tell y'all, in case you missed it before, you'll have to go back and watch, but I wanted to dress up, but I don't have any of the stuff, and even though I'm a country girl, I live on Tobacco Road in Hickory, Kentucky, so I'm very much a country girl, but I don't have the stuff, y'all. I guess I just threw it all away or got too fat for it. I don't know. But anyway, so I have a really cute little thing I'm going to do for today. And I've called my little craft, You Are Special. And this is how it's going to do. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit closer. So I love paper quilling. I love using the rolled up paper to make some of texture and give it some dimension. And I thought, oh, this would be a perfect little sheep. Hi, Shirley. How are you? And I painted this little face and I attached it. Its little ears are felt. But here's the thing. So this is a little white sheep, but we got to have a black sheep. So y'all, I've done some prep work and I've got all my little black paper. And let me just show you what I've used. Let me get my little spheres out. So I got these at Hobby Lobby, and they were having a sale. That I caught all these on sale at 40% off, thankfully. So these little wood oval shaped discs is what I have used for the body. And I use the elephant color of the Waverly chalk paint to base it in. And it took a couple of coats for these little wood discs, okay? Then I used, let me get it here, a couple of other little wood shapes to make our little guy. These are 2-inch wood circles, and they're about 1/4 of an inch thick. This is the head, and I painted it white for this one And I've got it painted black because we're going to do a black sheep. We're going to have a white sheep and a black sheep. And I have one other little disc. And this is, what size is this? It's a 1-inch disc in black that we're going to use as like where the mouth and the nose are. So I've hand painted this. I freehanded this. And one last thing for the little feet. Where is that little package? I've got little packages everywhere, you guys. But listen, I was at Hobby Lobby and all this stuff was on sale. And I'm like, oh, I just can't even stand it right now. All right. I've hidden it from myself, you guys. I have had. Oh, here it is. Goodness gracious. These are shaker pegs. And they come in a package of 8. And so I've painted these for the little legs and feet. Hey, Chicky. How are you, my friend? So this little guy is finished. So let's do the little black sheep now. One thing I need to do before I get too far along, and we're going to put this all on a platform, and we're going to have them side by side, and they're just going to be precious. All right, so let me put my finished little guy out of the way, and I need to paint these little legs that are the pegs. Oh, thank you, Lori. I can't get my paper towel. I've gotten toward the end of the roll, so my paper towel is getting a little wonky with me. So I'm going to use the Waverly chalk paint in ink, and I'm going to paint his little legs so they can be drying. And I just dropped the lid. But paint did not go anywhere, thank goodness. Especially I don't want it on my new shirt. Okay. So let me do this real quick so it can be drying and setting and be ready for us when we get to that point. And I don't know if you guys have ever done paper quilling. All it is you take scrapbook paper of any color that you want. I've used black for this black sheep, and I used white for my white sheep. And I cut with a scrapbooking cutter, whatever, big table thing, in 1/8 inch strips. And then I'm going to show you, get this paint on there. All right. Close this up. Then I use this shish kebab skewer to take my strips, and I just wind the strips of paper around it really tight, and I wind up with all these curls of paper. Now, to put them on this body, I'm going to use Mod Podge. Show you how to cut the paper? Okay, it's pretty easy. I'm going to, here's my cutter. It's a little bit big, so let me just move these little legs out of the way so they can be dried. All right, here's my cutter. Let's see if I can get it where you can kind of see what's happening here. So here's my black paper, and I'm just going to put it in here. I want it to be about 1/8 of an inch in, and I just keep going back and forth, back and forth. And I just did that over and over until I got my little strips. Then I took my shish kebab skewer and just wrapped it right around there really tight and got it started, and then I just rolled it and then took it off, and I have these little curls. Okay, so now we're going to put the curls on the body. Get my chair over here so I can let's see here, making sure I'm not missing anything. Now, if I miss your comment, because we have to go a little bit fast, I will definitely be checking that. What am I looking for? Afterwards, and I'll respond to you. So I'm going to put a little bit of Mod Podge on here, and we've got to cover this. This is a little bit tedious, and that's why I went ahead and did the other little guy. Now, we don't want this to be a super tight curl, and I'll tell you, I have found using some tweezers helps to get that curl just like I want it, and I kind of just hold it into position until it kind of sets. And sometimes the curls work out good and sometimes they don't. So you just kind of, oh, you're welcome, Nancy. Absolutely, ma'am. And I may need to put a little bit more Mod Podge on there. And like I said, this is a little bit tedious. And it's not cooperating. Let me get a little bit more Mod Podge on there. Because when I did the little white sheep, they went on pretty good. It was just time consuming to get them on there. Now, of course, as you know, the Mod Podge is going to dry clear and we'll see our gray peeking through. See if I can get it to stick. And so I love paper quilling. I don't do it a whole lot, but I love it because it just adds an extra little bit of dimension to my projects. Just depends on what it is I'm doing. And they're all wanting to go like, and I think part of this problem could be this is a different weight of paper than it was from my little white sheep. And I'm sure that's adding to this difficulty in getting this to kind of settle down. We'll see if we can't get through this part pretty quick. But I thought this was such a fun theme week down on the farm. So much fun. Kind of just get them to sit for a minute and then they'll dry and just really do great. Let go. I had some Mod Podge on my finger and it was wanting to stick to me. So this part will take a little bit, and we may have to just kind of here in a minute, if these don't start cooperating a little bit better, move on and just show you how I plan to assemble this whole thing, because it's going to be so cute. Get this to stick. Sometimes it just goes great, and sometimes, y'all, it's like anything. They get contrary. I'm like, come on, you little loops, get on in there. And that's why I like using the tweezers. And I didn't want to use hot glue. Let me clarify that. I know a lot of people say, well, why don't you just hot glue? I didn't want to use the hot glue because I didn't want it to raise it up higher than what this is already going to do, okay? So once we get this off and running, it's going to work perfect. So you can kind of see how these curls are going to play right into the little sheep thing. Come on. All right. And sometimes if you've got one that doesn't want to cooperate, what I've learned to do is you just add another little curl thing in there. Maybe tighten it up a little bit. Get the tweezers and kind of bring that on around. Y'all, I'm going to use my entire segment dealing with these little paper curl things. So we may have to move on because there's much more to this. And then I'll just have to, you know, finish him up and come back. So, hey, Cheryl. Hey, how are you, Pam? Girl, get on over here and help me with these little paper strips. They're being contrary with me today. And I'm like, I don't have time for y'all to do this. Let's just stick them on here, even if they're kind of crazy, because that'll just add to the believability of the sheep. But let me lay this other little guy. This is what they're supposed to look like. Okay. This is what we're going for. But I wanted a white sheep and a black sheep because my message on this little cute thing is you are special. So I'm just going to lay all my little curls here. I'm going to go ahead and add a little more Mod Podge just to be sure it's not drying out, because I have a fan running because I just get hot because I'm that age. Y'all, you younger folks don't know anything about that yet. Just you wait. Y'all are in for a treat. Oh, goodness. So how's everybody doing? I hope y'all are doing good. Doing good. I am having a wonderful week. And I'm just going to try to place all these little do-jobbers. Y'all know that's an official word? Little do-jobbers on here. And they will stick once this really starts drying well. Thank you. Thank you. I love curly sheep, don't y'all? I love sheep. Just kind of do it a little section at a time. Just going to drop them in. And I love that they're not super tight and super flat. Now this, because the white paper was a different weight, it just handled the curl different. It's kind of like our hair and humidity, y'all. And we got lots of humidity in Western Kentucky. Lots. Let's see. It's 3:18. We got to move on along because I want to show y'all. In my mind, this was going to go really quick. But then it's like anything else. It just doesn't always work as you mentally think. So, oh, thank you, Donna. And I'm going to show y'all how I paint his little head and his face. Because y'all, if you don't know who I am or what I do, I am a painter and an artist, I should say, I guess. There's all kinds of different painters in there. Okay, I'm just going to kind of hope and pray the Mod Podge dries enough for that to stick. And then I may have to go tweak it some more. But I want to paint his little face. Let me just slide it over. And maybe it'll dry some while I'm working on his face. But I want y'all to see how that goes along. Because I painted this one freehand. And I'm going to use, where is it? My little, it was right here. Y'all, I've hit that stage in life where I hide things from myself all the time. I think this is the one I'm wanting. Okay, so what I want to use first is some gray, this elephant gray. Yes. Oh, you're welcome, Misty. Absolutely, girl. Okay, let me start with his nose. That's kind of what I did on the other one. And what I'm going to start with is just kind of a, almost like a wishbone kind of shape, kind of a V of sorts, and then come down, and I'm going to add a little bit of a smile. But here's the secret to making this look really different is you start dotting in little shadow areas around it. And then even extending the smile with kind of these little dots. Okay. And then you bring that bridge of the nose on up. And then we're going to add a little bit more accent too. Okay. So that looks kind of rough, but we're not done with that. Then I want to add his eyes. And I think I'll go ahead and just lay that there so I can get the placement. And we're going to kind of do a little bit of a triangle, maybe a diamond shape, maybe a good way to explain. And we're doing this in gray. Okay. And then we're going to just add a little bit of dotting up through here and along the side, even around the eyes. And we're just dotting it in. Oh, girl. Hey, Linda. How are you? Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach this one little disc with some hot glue. But I forgot to turn it on, so we're going to have to wait just a minute. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and add some of these other details. And I'm going to use some black now because I want to blacken his eyes. But I'm not going to cover up the entire area. Let's try this real quick too, so that it doesn't bleed. feel a little spastic today. I've had a lot going on, y'all. Isn't that just the way it is? So y'all forgive me. That one little spot right there is not wanting to dry. Maybe it will. Okay. I'm going to get a very small little brush. And I got something, a little gnat or something aggravating me. I'm going to use a very small round brush. And I'm going to base in his eyes. Let's see, how are we on time? 3:22. Okay. So we've got the gray peeking out from behind. And now I'm going to get a little bit of white. We're going to put a little bit of glint in his eyes. Again, this is all chalk paint. I'm just going to barely get some on my brush. And just put an indication of light reflecting in his eyes. Okay. Now, y'all probably cannot see that really well because it's very dark, but in person you can see the gray details, but I know on the camera it's probably very difficult. I probably should have done the black sheet first and then demonstrated on the white sheet. So let's see if we can't get some hot glue on here and put his mouth on here. Make sure I get it all lined up. Now I want to cut his ears out of felt. I had my scissors. Here we go. So I'm just going to cut little football shapes out of felt. I'm just freehanding this. Okay, let me round this up a little bit. Okay, so now what I want to do is take a little bit of hot glue and put a dot right at the tip, and then I'm going to squish it together. Like so, and that's going to give his little ear some shape. And it's, again, because it's black, it's difficult to see. I thought it was going to be brilliant to do the white sheet first, but I'm sorry, y'all. All right. So I'm going to do the other little ear. Squish it together. And then I'm going to glue the ear on the back. I'm going to do it right about where his eyes, just like right out from the eyes. And this is a sheep and not a pig. Kind of probably looks like a pig, just if you're just looking right there. Okay. So while that's drying, just for a second, let's see. Let me go ahead and see if I can't attach his head. I'll get my glue to feed. There we go. And I want to be generous with the hot glue. And I'm going to place his little head right about here. Now, before we run out of time, where am I? 3:26. Okay. Let me show you. I have a base, And I got these at Hobby Lobby, these little wood pile strips. It's just called utility wood. And this is going to be my base. If I can get it out. Okay. And let me go ahead and attach his little legs real quick. Generous with the hot glue. There we go. And I'll probably add more curls to him. I'm just going to let that sit for 1 second. And let it take hold, and then I'm going to add the other little leg. Let me move this out of the way so I can be sure y'all can see. I'm going to try to get it at the same length. I'm just kind of eyeing this. I'm going to let it sit for 1 little second. Is it already 3:28? Y'all, there's never enough time in the day. So here's the plan. I'm going to paint this with some green chalk paint to be like a little grassy area. Then I got these from Hobby Lobby, these little fences. So y'all can get the gist of how this is going to flow. So I'm going to put this little fence here. The little sheep are going to be behind the fence. And then I'm going to paint on this other little wood slab that I got from the wood pile at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to paint this. And this is my pattern for the message, "You are special." And that will go right on the front. And then we'll have our little black sheep and our little white sheep. Something like that. Can y'all see? So here's the thing. I'm going to finish this because I know we're out of time. I'm going to finish this up and put a picture of it over on our page so that y'all can see the finished product, because I just think it's precious. And I hate that I ran out of time. I've got more detail I want to do on our little black sheep just to bring him all together. But here's the short and long of it. They're going to be behind a fence. And then this little message of "You are special" will be on the front. So you guys, that is my project. In the description is a link where we are trying to support the family of our crafting sister Devit that passed away last week, and we are just heartbroken. I'm sure you all have heard from many of the other crafters, but in my description above is also the link where you could contribute to her son Jared's Memorial Foundation and just show the love to her in that way. And just really, really gonna miss her. We all are. All right, you guys, I am out of here. Y'all have a blessed evening. If you have some time, catch me on Jeremiah Dreams. I try to go live just about every night around 8 o'clock. So y'all have a wonderful evening, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye, you guys.